Do you remember saying in 1983 that America doesn't usually open its doors to music unless it's Saxon, but maybe I'll be lucky?
I remember saying many things, and I thought then it will be very difficult for me to sing in America. I still think the same, in the way then I need a lot of years. I need more than a generation, 20 years to be sure that I can be a singer in America.
But you've had successes. You've had, your album, 1100 Bel Air Place, sold...
You want it?
So well. A lot of people did. In 5 days, it sold over 1 million records.
That was a lucky day. That was a lucky 5 days. Well, the first album I did in English was a cross between the Atlantic and the Pacific. It was a cross between the Europeans and the Americans. And it was a lucky album. But I expect much more in music for the next years, because I'm here, I spend in this tour 4 months on the road, quite 5 months already. And I'm learning a lot. My English is a little better than before, and I can sing without thinking in the lyrics. Before I used to think a lot.
You and your producer, Ramon Arcosa, work so hard on your albums, 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. It sounds like you're a workaholic.
I am workaholic. I've been working all my life. I don't know how to survive without working. I was for a week in holidays and I was missing to be on a stage.
You don't demand much seclusion in your life, do you? I mean, it seems like you're open and you're always willing to be with people and very open to everything.
I'm looking for that. That's my life. I'm looking for people. If I close my life to them, it looks like I'm fake. I love to be with people. I need people. I need the lights. I said always the same thing. I need to be surrendered for a lot of things.
You need the audience, don't you?
I love the audience.
Yeah?
Of course.
What do they do for you?
They give me blood. They let me breathe. They make me feel that I'm still alive. And they make me fight for them and to learn. I have to learn a lot of things. When I came to America 3 years ago, to just prove myself that I could sing in English, it was like a lot of help from the people in America.
There's so little romance in the world, and you are so very romantic. Do you think that's a big part of this?
I don't know exactly what it is, because if I will know exactly what it is, I will have much more success. But the truth is then I was born this way. I sing my feelings to the people and my emotions, and they trust me. Your publicist once said that tenacity was your very best quality. You were in a car accident and paralyzed for 2 years, and after reading about that whole thing, I would agree because of the way you recovered. If it weren't for a nurse who gave you a guitar, you wouldn't be in this music business, would you? Never. That was a circumstance in my life who discovered inside of me that gift to be allowed to express myself with music, which it was not before. Before I was just a student at the University of Law, and I was a sport man. I used to love sports. Then I do, still I love sports. But I didn't know ever that I could be a singer. And that's exactly what that accident did for me. To spend 2 years and be paralyzed must give you a great deal of time to think about who you are and what you're all about. It gives me time to put together my feelings and my brains and to discover the eyes of the people quickly, to enjoy life much more, to be a survivor, which is the most important thing that I had to say about my life. I was paralyzed, completely paralyzed for the first 4 months, and after I started recuperating myself, and during that time I had a lot of time to really put together my feelings and my mind, and it was wonderful. What kind of things make you happy? I know your children are a tremendous source of happiness for you. Why? Why your children? Well, I think that's every father has the same feeling for the children. No, every father doesn't feel that way. Yes. I love my children because I'm proud of them, because I need them, because they stay with me now, the 3 of them. I'm the father and the mother of my children. And I feel like without that emotion to have that 3 little childs with me and to fight together, I will be different maybe. It will be different in my life. Now I know that there is something else behind my shoulders, and I love them very much.
Women, I mean, you know, you kind of give off this no strings.
Well, no strings.
No strings. I mean, you know, no strings. You're not going to get married. But I just wonder what would turn you on in a woman. What do you look for?
But it's not a question what I want. It's a question what we want, because it's 2 persons. That's the problem. If only will be a decision, it will be different, because you will make the decision, but the decision is for 2 persons. So we had to make a reservation in the answer and just to wait until the other is together, so we will answer in the same time. This is an approach of 2 people who decide in a moment to live together and to share one life together. And that's a decision that belongs to 2 people. So I don't know exactly. I don't know even if I'm looking for, because more I look for, less I found out. So I prefer just to be on a stage and to do my records and to work like crazy, and maybe one day. I'm not close, I'm not that class of people who thinks then everything is finished. But I no, I'm a young guy. I'm still fighting like crazy.
You've also said that sex appeal is in the eyes.
The eyes is the only thing that it shows the truth. The eyes shows everything. You can talk a lot, and when you open your eyes, you know if it's true or if it's not true. So I don't think that the people can lie with the eyes.
You said that you really don't like the past, that you're very centered on the present, but you must think a great deal about the future.
And that's a great deal for me. That's one of the reasons that I love this country. It's not that I'm against the past. The past is the base of a lot of solid things in my life. But to think in the future and to imagine the future and to fantasize to the future and to build the future is the most important thing in my life, which is to learn, by the way.
You're a gentleman, very special man. Thank you
very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hope to see you in the future.
So do I.